Hello my friends and welcome to the training episode. Now, I've been thinking a lot about this, and the fact that we get to train 7 aircraft actually it changes things a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab some of our existing strat bombers. We're going to train this up, because I don't know whether I'm ever going to use it or not, but I might as well train it. And our new fighter. So, the thing about strat bombers is, they're really good, but they struggle to level up. And the reason why they struggle to level up is pretty simple. It's that they don't do kills, typically. And so because they don't get kills, they tend to not get the same experience. So I'll look through these stats. Alright, most of these are rubbish. So the strat bomber has got the best possible anti-infantry attack values. So we're going to farm infantry with them. The old Junkers 88. Let's camo these up. We're going to farm infantry with them. We're going to try and bring them up because they get much more powerful as the war goes on. In the early war, strat bombers are very cheap and have limited effectiveness, though they're still worth using from time to time. But as the war goes on, they become extremely powerful and their slot cost rises. So now is the opportunity to level them up, but as you can probably guess, these guys are gonna find it difficult to level. So we'll put double attack on the 2 that are just getting started. That's the best we can do. Obviously you want a 15 over strength everything, because that's going to result in the most kills and therefore the most EXP. I guess we're going to go with rapid fire 1.5x. It's about the best I've got. I don't know how useful this video is going to be to people, since I'm only operating with one hero, which most of you will not. Right, the 2-star ones, we're going to put lethal on them, obviously. And then we've got one here that is slightly above 2.5 star. But probably still won't max out by the end of this. We'll put fast learner on this one. Okay, for our one dive bomber that we're interested in leveling up, the obvious thing to do is to put Rudel on him. That double strike will help level him up. And same thing for the fighter, we want bar. So this is our aerial setup. And basically, distilling it down to something that's useful. As the game goes on, the key point about dive bombers is that they are great against tanks. And that is literally all they're good for. Dive bombers are good against tanks, but they're fragile. They are easily taken out by small caliber AA, by large caliber AA, by fighters. But in a lot of the early war, the only real answer you have to tanks is dive bombers. So you're kind of stuck clearing out the air defenses and then using your dive bombers to assassinate heavily armoured tanks. But as the game goes on, tanks get more resistant to aircraft, and anti-tank and tank weapons start to outpace tank defenses. They become less and less relevant. But the strat bomber becomes more and more relevant because they start gaining massive attack values, allowing you to hit and suppress entire units, allowing you to then move other units in to sweep, to clean them up. But if you haven't been investing in them, then, you know, because at low experience they're not very good. But once they start to reach very high experience, they become very dangerous. And you can almost see where things are starting to change, because you'll see here you have a soft attack of 8 and a hard attack of 10 on this dive bomber, and I think the JU is 12-12, if I remember off the top of my head. But you'll see here that the top level strat bombers are already outpacing the dive bomber on anti-infantry work. But their hard attack is starting to rise. It's only 7 at the moment, but you'll see here the latest one, it's 9. So it's only 3 behind. And it will continue to rise until eventually strat bombers are the best choice for getting anything done. So that's what we want to work on. And then of course I can always go for an extra fighter. Although I happen to think that normally speaking 5 fighters would be plenty. But with only 1 hero per unit, it has sort of shown me that I need a bit more depth to my roster. Right, now. Oh, you know what? Let's change this to a different unit. I can slightly improve this. I want those attack values to be as high as possible, because it's going to mean more experience. Now, in terms of ground units, obviously I have quite a lot of depth to my infantry roster. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 trained up infantry units. None of them like super heavily trained, but trained enough. There is a temptation to just plop one down, but infantry will see a lot of combat as the war goes on, and it's not difficult to level them up once you get embroiled in fighting with them. So the next thing I thought about was recon. I've got 10 recons available. So the depth of my recon roster is not that deep. So it seemed to me like it might be a good idea to train up some more reconnaissance. Because if there's ever a unit that I end up losing, it is recons. So we'll make some fresh ones too. Now, what else do we need? Plenty of artillery. We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 artillery that you could say have got some experience. Artillery levels up pretty steadily and doesn't really need to be rushed. It could be done, of course. We could, the thing is, artillery is incredibly expensive to deploy. So you're never going to deploy more than 3 or 4. Sort of similar with anti-air. I actually don't have a huge amount of high-grade dive bombers either, but I don't find that to be such a concern. Let's say for the sake of expanding our roster, we'll do 1 artillery. And 1 anti-air. Maybe we'll do a fresh anti-air, and if I'm going to do a fresh anti-air, then I want to use this. What am I doing? It will never enjoy a veteran stripe because there's no point in getting them anymore. That's a marker from a distant time. We'll work up 1 tank as well. I have a few kind of low-grade tanks around. I was fiddling around with tanks earlier, deciding if I wanted to actually level any, but it didn't really scream at me. Have these guys seen some action, or are they just a tiny amount? Well, I suppose we can train one up from nothing. Okay. So the trick is that more kills equals more experience. So what we want to do is we want to go after the infantry targets. And we want to switch to the Italian Flame Panzer, which I think it's got a 20 against infantry, and it also ignores entrenchment. Unfortunately, most of the rapid fire tanks have not got enough infantry pen to actually really put the hurt on infantry. So we're going to be hitting the infantry targets very heavily here because they're going to be the easiest to level up on. Now, I don't have a lot in the way of offensive heroes to help these guys level. We have Ignores Entrenchment, which is going to improve accuracy. And where'd you go from there? +5 attack against units below 50% strength. I don't know if we could reduce one of these to below 350 in time. I mean, this campaign, my lack of offensive heroes has been something else. Well, we can try it. He already ignores entrenchment. And so does he, technically. We'll give it ignores entrenchment to one of these. And that's it, really. I mean, I just... You know, it just goes to show, I truly have almost no offensive heroes at all. Like aim assistance might help. Some other units. Yep, that's it. I suppose we could put Crippling Blow on him and only aim for undamaged targets. I think what I'll do is I'll put Legendary on this one. And we'll put Aim Assist on this one to help it gain experience. That's it. There's nothing else. That would even remotely help. Isn't that funny? Okay. start with our crippling blow guy. Alright, not bad. Where's the one with... This one's not going to get much done right now. Okay, that aim bonus is definitely going to help. All right. Sweet, sweet experience points. All right. Oh, there's still a recon car left over. Would you look at that? Let the experience flow. Okay. This bad boy is leveling very quickly. Nice. Well, I needn't have worried about these guys gaining EXP because they are actually looking like they're gonna max out pretty quickly. A fighter might not. we just gained over a star there. Three and a half stars already from 1. I think all of these units are going to probably max out. Well, when I need a strat bomber, I'm going to have what I need. Notice that strange fighter flying around? They tell me it is powered by a rocket, capable of both incredible speed and climbing rates. Even more unusual, I understand the test pilot is a woman. And not just any woman, it is the famous Hannah Reich. The funny part is, of course, as they level, they gain more EXP. As they level, they get more lethal. Which of course means more kills. I think the anti-aircraft gun might need some help though. Might reposition it next to the targeting one. Okay, this is the best setup so that I can pick whichever unit is the least leveled and then throw it at this one particular spot. Try and drag it up. Drag it up. Mine General, we have a new personnel assignment topic to go over. German efforts to supplement military manpower with female auxiliaries continues. Once again being offered a female offer to join our ranks. Therefore, their assignment will be restricted to supporting units only. Rapid Fire 2X Fast Learner. Interesting. Two stars left to go. I don't think this anti-aircraft gun is going to rank up on time. $2,000. Probably should have given double strike to the anti-air. Although that said, I mean, it's the strat bomber that I gave it to is not actually going to max out that quickly, so we could shuffle these around as well to get slightly more EXP, but some of these strat bombers are actually going to relatively easily max out on time. Especially the one receiving double EXP. But the anti-aircraft gun will become extremely lethal if the if we get that mannequin down to below 350. And then it will gain a lot of EXP. Okay. In fact, the difference will be quite impressive. You see at the moment it's -6. But if we get it down to 350, it will be even more. It will be a lot more. This one's nearly maxed. Three and a half, 4. Okay, it's pretty solid. Okay. 420, yeah! You do not sound terribly excited to make this report. New artillery support vehicle that might be of special interest. It's a very different design from the KB2s that we've seen in the past. Now look at the difference that Exterminator makes. None! Woohoo! It doesn't work on Exterminator. Oh, it doesn't work because they are X amount out of 1. So these will never be half strength. They're not set out of 700. They're 348 of 1. So that kind of ruins this. Oops. Oh well. Okay, well that one's maxed out. So you could shuffle these around for slightly more EXP. Not sure how worth it would be. Man, rapid fire 2x on an anti-aircraft gun is going to be pretty amazing for anti-aircraft guns that, you know, don't have that. Should we put together a few prototypes, or should we simply destroy the documents and stop the matter entirely? Do it. Why wouldn't you? It's alright. I wouldn't say it's anything to write home about. Old Stewie makes it look like a joke. It does convert into artillery. Oh, I forgot to max this out at 15 over strength. That was dumb. And I should have changed it to the FW. That was also dumb. Oh well, too late now. I probably would have 5-starred this if I'd actually switched it to a decent plane. Well, I mean, the other planes are not much worse. Air attack 11. Air attack 15. Okay, yeah, it is much worse. Ah, well, whatever. I'll get over it. Fighters level up pretty quickly anyway. It's just starting a new one from fresh. And this one maxed out. Okay, that's it. We maxed out quite a few things here, or nearly maxed out. Man, 2 anti-aircraft heroes. This is going to change everything. There is one more matter to bring up. With my return to duty and the experience Lieutenant Hart has gained since he's been with us in Barbarossa, it's decided for him to be reassigned to spread out experienced officers across the army. Experienced officers! Historically, the German army inherited the Kummersdorf weapon testing facilities from the Prussians. Some early research into rocket-propelled aircraft was conducted at Kummersdorf before being moved elsewhere. The site is most well known for testing advances in German tank design. Achievement unlocked, Elite Recon. What? How did that happen? I don't remember leveling up a recon plane. I've never had a level 5 tactical, I guess. Unless that tactical bomber has also got the recon trait. That would be really weird if it had that. Just means that it reveals mines and camouflaged units more than anything else. The Manstein plan. I take it you participated through the Ardennes. My reputation has preceded me. Good. Capture Kerch. Annihilate all 3 Soviet armies before capturing Kerch. The arrival of your forces, I finally have the reinforcements I long requested from High Command. It's time to end this stalemate. They have settled in to defend this line here. It is very swampy. You must keep the tanks at home, yeah? Attack through the swamp. I will arrange for our Romanian allies to harass the Soviet line here. Encircle and destroy the vast number of Soviet forces in this region. It's a masterclass in dumpster heroes. Okay, so before we finish up, let's talk about anti-air. And let's quickly strip these boys while we're at it as well. The old exterminator trick just wasn't going to work. Has this thing got the recon trait? Surely not. No. Okay, well, anyway. Go ahead and shuffle that away. Okay, so if you look at anti-air, you have the obvious basics is that you have two kinds. The low caliber kind, which can access the it's going to be here somewhere. Low altitude attack, here it is. So you have the low caliber kind that can access the close defense of attacking aircraft with the same trait. And that means dive bombers. Basically, dive bombers have got that trait as well. And that means that you attack their close defense, which is 0 most of the time. And these small caliber guns have also got rapid fire 2x or rapid fire 1.5x a lot of the time. So you have a huge quantity of attacks against 0 defense, which results in massive casualties. So against dive bombers and fighters, they are incredibly lethal. And then you have your standard anti-air, strategic anti-air, you know, call it what you will. And it cannot access the close defense of the enemy. And it does not have rapid fire. So, it damages all planes kind of evenly. Because if you look at the air defense of most of these, say 7 on these fighters. $13 on the Focke-Wulf. And on the dive bombers, you're looking at 7, 10 on the latest models. Although I don't have a top-end dive bomber yet, but you can see where it's going. And then the strat bombers, of course, you've got same kind of thing, 9 to 10. But an 88 flak with 24 attack is going to easily surpass the defense of any enemy. So if you imagine a 5-star 8.8 gun, 100% accuracy, very high attack level, it should, if it wasn't for the fact that it does suppressive fire, it would kill any plane outright. But then when you calculate the fact that it does suppressive fire in, and the fact that it's not usually 5-star, when you start calculating that stuff in, it usually does about 3 to 4 damage kind of evenly to any plane. Whereas, you know, with a close defense of 0, even the 8 attack of the 2 centimeter, so 8 attack is only 8 above 0, so it's only 80% effective. But then you get twice as many attacks, so you're looking at 16 effective attacks. It can be extremely lethal. 16 effective attacks at 5-star would actually just kill a dive bomber outright. Obviously, if it was a brand new unit, it would be half of that. And then you've got the suppressive factor too, because it's still an anti-aircraft gun, so it still does suppression. So you're looking at reduced damage, but generally speaking, small caliber guns do incredibly damaging, do incredible amounts of damage to dive bombers and fighters where they can access the close defense. So, the main thing, or the main takeaway from this is that, on average, small caliber guns are twice as lethal to light aircraft, like dive bombers and fighters, than standard guns. But standard guns can hit strat bombers and damage all things evenly. Now, these new heroes that we've received, they completely change the math. Because you're going to have rapid fire 2x on strategic anti-air. That robs this of its greatest feature, which is that it's got rapid fire 2x. Now, the other great feature about it is that it accesses the close defense. But with 24 air attack, you can overcome someone's main defense by 10 pretty easily. So actually, that's kind of a moot point. And we also have anti-air veteran on, which makes them lethal. So when you do the math on it, a 5-star 8.8, every attack is going to be effective. Every attack is going to hit. You're going to get 20 effective attacks. And then it's going to be reduced to 50% because of, or 70% because of anti-air veteran. You get 20% lethal and 80% suppressive as standard, and then you get another 50% lethal on top for the perk. So 70% of 20 lethal attacks is 14 lethal attacks. So we are effectively, at 5 stars, going to be able to obliterate 14 units worth of enemy aircraft, no matter what it is. And strategic anti-air, you know, more often than not, it's got much better range as well. So this totally changes the math on anti-air. Of course, one other benefit of small caliber anti-air is that in this case, in the case of these, it's also self-propelled, which we will not be able to get with these. I don't think that there is any self-propelled strategic anti-air for a while. This counts as strategic anti-air, but its attack value is terrible. Really bad. 12 is really bad for strategic anti-air. I doubt you'd get anything done with that. Not even joking. This isn't bad. $22. That's not bad for strategic anti-air. Only 2 less. Actually improved defense too, but short range. Some kind of good self-propelled strategic anti-air would be the ideal choice. Now, of course, if you're running normal multiple heroes, then you could just shove these new anti-aircraft heroes on and then also shove rapid deployment on, and you wouldn't have any trouble. In fact, I'd highly recommend that. Would be to stick these on 8.8s and then also put rapid deployment on, and you will have incredibly scary anti-air. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. It definitely changes the math. But this is also going to free up my field repairs heroes to do something else other than repair these. And yeah, rapid fire 2x does not stack, so you can't just double it up. Not that you would really want to, it wouldn't make much sense. Okay, anyway, that's it for now. We got a whole deployment to do, and it's probably going to take some effort to decide how we want to engage. One thing I would say is that aircraft is not looking very promising on this map. We have we have one airport here and one airport here, and we have 2 airports down here. And then we have a great big space. I'd probably say that there no more than 7 aircraft would be a good idea for this. I think this is a map that's probably going to want tanks and artillery being the primary way to get things done. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.